seems these elitists, these MSNBC, CNN, Fox, elitists, ultimately. Of course, there's some few at Fox I love that did, you know, like Judge Janine. She reached out, and was like, Hannity, really? Are you with them or us? With the Christian God or them? Or it's inside stuff. Look, God promised with the rainbow. Before Noah, there was reported no rain. The dews in the morning uh, gave drink to the plants, but there was no rain before Noah. Uh, God cursed mankind before he got so pissed at mankind. And we lived for hundreds and hundreds of years. There's recorded in a biblical record, someone living to 800 years old. God cursed the atmosphere that before Noah, we had certain protections against certain radiation that would come through our ozone. Things changed from the flood, that our ozone was changed, that certain radiation from the sun would indeed cause cancer and death, premature death. That wasn't the original plan. As men grew too evil, too sinful, living hundreds and hundreds of years. God got furious with man. And he used with rains, new coming rains after the flood, that he used the rainbow as a reminder of the covenant. I say often, colors of the spectrum. Uh, Context is a saying that each color is a word that represents a sentence that promises that God will never end humanity due to a flood. Again, it's a promise, never by a flood. But with this globalist setup, where all of the globe, if you're going to be in any industrialized nation, how it's set up, the people in charge, the presidents, prime minister, emperors, whatever, are allowed to gather data on each specific uh, citizen of the globe. To collect data on them, to spy on them, to have their information. What happens in a society, a global society, where these governments can single out Christians as the enemy because they hate the Christian God, to kill them one by one remotely? If I live in Michigan, I have no idea that they're killing Christians in Nebraska, or vice versa, that they're killing Christians in Ipsy. Nebraska has nothing to know about it. They kill it remotely with strategic ways, through Obamacare, through different ways. We have your data, therefore we want you to be dead because you really love the Christian God. We found that out through artificial intelligence. If we have a global government that refuses to let intellectual powerhouses to arise with a high moral code to lead the people, instead they want to kill off righteous men and women of God to protect their power and wealth. And they can identify them with, of course, the data online that, oh, someone gets born again. They notice a big change on their online life. They start regarding God. They start wanting to save everybody. They start talking about Jesus. They know we have a new Christian. Therefore, we have a new target. What is it that they would place a government, a world government, technological system in, where no one has the hope of being the high moral code leader of the people, but instead they become targets of a satanic government? Should God not institute a series of happenings that some rogue nation gets a warhead and launches it. And jihad, it's our duty. We'll wipe the map off of Israel. Some rogue nation that starts the end of mankind through fire. That God will preserve some in the bride of Christ that did not save their own life. Yes, we'll go with government. We're supposed to do it. We're gonna save our own life and go against Christians, and we'll set them up, and we'll just kiss government's ass. They save their own life. Maybe those Christians are dead, but for those that didn't hit a knee to this tyrannical, sadistic Obama government, maybe if God ends in this road, we go on this road. God ends humanity to fire. That certain Christians are protected from radioactive fallout supernaturally, that you could walk through flames and fire or whatever it be if you had to. That you're protected against DNA decay. Radiation would mess up your DNA, cause cancer. That wouldn't be allowed for those that was living a righteous faith in Christ Jesus. They stood up to the evil in the world government. Well, they want to keep playing this game. It's possible that God can indeed end the world as we know